Soukup here. I'm so excited to be with you today because we are going to go over some very important content this afternoon. It's all about how to protect and grow your business for today and tomorrow. So here you are with us today. Go ahead and chat with us. I have a few team members that are helping me out today. I have Brooke, who is one of our business advisors. She's manning the Zoom, and so is Lacey Hardy. Two of them are amazing coaches and business advisors. So if you have any questions as we go along, make sure you go ahead and chat with them. And then we're also going live on Instagram today. So I have Tim over here who's also manning Instagram. So if you have any questions or engage with us, we would love for you to leave us comments. And if you are on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe. So super excited to be with you. We have John here who's filming this for us today. We're live from Daytona Beach in our studios. So great to have you with us. So today we're going to be going over a lot of important information that's going to be super valuable for you. So turn off all distractions, stay with me, and take lots of notes, and know that we are here for you. We would love for you to connect with us on all social media platforms so you can stay up to date to the latest and greatest in business strategies. So again, welcome, and this webinar is brought to you by MedSpa Biz University, or as we like to call it, MBU. And if you have not been to the website yet, you should go visit. It's medspabizU.com, and there you'll find out all kinds of great things. As a matter of fact, while you're there, you should claim your gifts. So if you don't have some of my books yet, here's an opportunity for you to get them. You can get the Medical Aesthetics Success as well as How to Make Millions. But today also we're doing a business assessment for you. So if you go to, again, medspabizU.com, you'll be able to take a business assessment. And then today, as part of an additional gift, I'm going to have either Brooke or Lacey actually reserve an assessment review with you. This is normally a value of $300, and you'll be able to talk to a couple of our great business advisors about your business and see what you need to do to improve it. This feels like Christmas, doesn't it? I should be wearing a Santa hat. So again, welcome everybody. I'd like us to start with a poll. So go ahead and put in your answer in the chat. And this is a poll about 1 to 10, from a score of 1 to 10. 1 is bad and 10 is good. So if 10 is great, ask yourself these questions. How satisfied are you with your revenue and profits right now? The second question is, how satisfied are you with your growth rate now? And then the third is, do you have about 3 to 6 months worth of revenue reserves in your account? Those questions will help you determine how good your business is doing currently. And if you take the assessment that I just spoke about, it will give you a great opportunity to see how healthy your business truly is. So today, here's what we're going to go over. The first thing we're going to discuss is the current economic conditions, what's going on right now, and what possible business disruptions we could actually be experiencing. The second thing we're going to do, which is my favorite part and why I'm doing this for you, is we're going to go over 5 steps to help you protect and grow your business. So I'm going to share with you a 5-step process. It's a plan, if you will, to truly arm you with what you need to do to make sure that your business is protected and that you are growing, which is very important. And then we're going to go into some action steps. Now that you know this information, what are we doing to help you further? So we're going to introduce you to a brand new program we are launching, and it's all about protection and growth. So you're going to absolutely love it. And then I'm going to wrap up with some Q&A. But as a matter of fact, I don't like to just leave the Q&A to the end. So if you have questions as we're going along, make sure you go ahead and enter them in that chat. So again, welcome everybody, and let's go ahead and start. You know, I don't want this to be a negative thing to bring up, because I'm a super positive person. I'm always thinking about ways how we can improve things. But the facts are the facts. There are so many things going on right now with the economy. We just experienced what happened with the stock market. So the point of me bringing this out to you is to help you, again, like the title of this webinar, is I want to arm you with what you need to protect your business and to make sure that you can grow your business. So what's going on right now? The economic climate is really changing. We have inflation. You know, I went to the grocery store the other day. Literally, I had like 1.5 small little bags, and I handed the girl a $50 bill. And I thought, that should cover it. And it was not. It was $80. I just couldn't believe it. So everything is costing more. So inflation is definitely rising. Costs are rising. I'm sure your product costs, the things to do business, your operating expenses, everything is really going up. And to top it all, consumer habits are also changing, because when there's inflation, then people are not going to be willing to spend as much money as they used to. The other thing, as far as our industry trends are going on, you know, competition is still, it's right there. There's a MedSpa on almost every corner right now. So what are you doing to improve or to crush your competition? In this case, consumer demand and results-driven treatments are definitely in demand. So what are you doing to make sure that your treatments are providing the results? And not to mention technology and all the new things that laser companies keep coming out with. They're knocking on your door, wanting you to buy more equipment. Just so much going on. And how about legal risk? With all the new regulations that are coming out, you heard about what happened in Texas not too long ago, right? They're trying to stop all MPs and PAs from being able to prescribe. That's crazy. That's total madness. That's going to change the whole industry. And if it happens in Texas and they pass that law, look out. So imagine if you're an MP or a PA who owns a medical spa right now, and the fear that could be generated in you and how it will change your business. So those are all disruptions that could really turn your world upside down, and you have to really be ready for it. The other thing is team challenges. I just had a client today. So-and-so quit. This one didn't show up. This one quit by text. It's like, it's crazy. It's madness. So employee retention is another big disruption that can happen to your business. And then not to mention all the different things that are happening in marketing right now, where Meta is changing all their algorithm. And you know, you put an ad and it's in the learning mode for 5 days, or all of a sudden the credit card that always has worked is not working, so it delays all your campaigns. It's crazy. So how do you combat all these things, and are you ready for them? And that's exactly what we're going to talk about, because you don't know what's going to happen, so you have to be prepared. So I want to remind you a little bit of what happened during the COVID days. Remember, everything just shut down. We had to get crazy going to help everybody. Over 200,000 businesses went out of business in 1 month. Shut down, gone, history. You don't want to be there. And that was real. That was crazy. But you know what? People in our community did not shut down. As a matter of fact, I want to share with you a couple of things on how being prepared allows you to flow through any disruption. And that's what we want to be. So our members during COVID were able to pivot with our help. They were able to innovate with our help, and we were there to guide them. I had clients that were complaining about shipping fees because they were shipping so many products because we took their entire business online overnight. So here they were doing webinars, they were selling products, they were doing consultations online, they were pre-selling Botox treatments. We had clients selling over $60,000 in Botox treatments during COVID. But that's what you want to do. You want to be prepared, you want to be innovative, you want to pivot, and you want to have that parachute. So God forbid, if anything happens, you are secure. So are you secure right now? I would love to know the results of the polls. Can you share that with us, Brooke?
Absolutely. So we still have numbers coming in, but about 60% of people are at 3 or below for how satisfied they are with their revenue and profits on a scale from 1 to 10. And then about 50% are satisfied with their growth rate at about a 5. But 76% do not have 3 to 6 months reserves.
So you got to be ready because you want to be able to flow. So that's one thing that we did. So the where I'm standing right now used to be 3 offices in our building. And during COVID, I found 2 guys actually, to come in, knock walls here. And I literally invested over $100,000 in our first studio that we built right here where I'm standing, buying the set, buying lights, cameras, microphones. So instead of retracting, we were expanding. And that's what you want to be ready for. That's why those reserves are so important. That's why you want to make sure you're as profitable as possible, because during times like that, you should not slow down. You should go full blast and go forward. So that's exactly what we did, and that's exactly what we helped our clients do, because through the business model that we teach, our clients had a membership model, just like we have the membership model, and our clients were still collecting monthly fees during the pandemic that allowed them to also float through lack of income. And that's what you want to do. You want to be prepared for something like this. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we want to teach you how to be innovative, how to take action, how to truly reach your great potential. And that's what we want to do, because we don't want these disruptions to interfere with your growth at all. That's why you need to be ready. So whether it's an economic downturn, increased competition, social, it doesn't matter. All the things that I just explained, or maybe another virus. I was just listening to the news and they said that the flu right now, the influenza, is like going crazy. So you never know. So I want you to be prepared. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right. So here's what I want you to imagine. Imagine having a protection and growth plan that will help you fulfill what I call your IPL. You have to make a positive impact in your community. That's really why you went into business to begin with, right? You want to make a positive impact. You want to be prosperous. You didn't go into business to be a nonprofit. You went into business to be profitable. And you went into business to have more freedom. You want to have a great lifestyle. And that's what we're talking about. Like, I was working out of my friend's yacht this weekend. I was sitting in the aft deck with my laptop on. We went for a boat ride up the coast. I mean, that's what life is about. You want to be able to enjoy it and not be a prisoner to your actual work. So I'm asking you, do you make a positive impact right now? Are you as prosperous as you could be? And do you have the lifestyle that you deserve? And if you do have all these things, that's great. Congratulations. Can you even do better? Absolutely. And that's what we want to do. We want to maximize the results so you can get to where you want to go. So let's dive into the 5 steps. And again, if you want to go take that assessment, you can go to MedSpaBizU.com and take the assessment. But let me go over the 5 steps so you guys can really see how you can arm yourself to prepare for anything and actually be able to also grow your business. So the first step is taking that business assessment. You can't improve something if you don't know what is wrong or what is great. So you start with that. So I highly encourage you to go get that. And then once you do the business assessment and you click submit, you'll be able to reserve that review, the business review with my team, so they can really help you discover those low-hanging fruits that you can implement and truly make a difference in your business. Step 2 is innovating. We want to bring in new revenue streams. I want you to be essential. So God forbid if anything happens, again, you're going to be as solid as can be. And that would be very important. We want to be able to strengthen the marketing efforts. We want to have a peak performing team, because you can't do this alone. You have to have a great team around you, smart team, a passionate team, a team that's willing to perform and go out of their way to do what needs to be done. You have to have risk management and make sure that compliance is within your business. And then you have to have that growth plan. So we're going to go over some of these steps so you know exactly what you need to do. All right, so let's start with step number 1, which is taking that assessment. And when you're looking at your business assessment, what you're really looking at is how healthy is your business. You're doing basically a health checkup. It's like going to a doctor and doing your annual assessment, right? Your health, your annual exam. So when you're assessing, I want you to be asking yourself, do you have a successful business model with systems and strategies in place? Yes, no. You can go ahead and write it down. Let's see how many of these you have, right? And how many you don't. Financial tracking. Are you looking at your P&L statements on monthly basis and you're assessing them, not just looking at them? You're actually studying them and seeing what your financial ratios are. How good is your team? Do you have a peak performing team? How do you know that? By measuring all your KPIs. What are you measuring? Are you giving them reports to see how good they really are doing? Do you have a healthy cash flow? Do you have a predictable revenue model? What do I mean by that? That's the membership model we're talking about. So you know, do you have 6 figures in predictable income every single month? So God forbid, if you don't have new income, you at least cover your break-even point and beyond. That is the value of predictable income. So if you have that, again, how much of that covers your break-even? You need to know that. And going on here, do you have that 3 to 6 months of cash reserves? Are you doing double-digit profits or any profits at all? That's important. Tracking and measuring product costs and expenses. Are you diversified in different revenue streams? Do you have a strategic pricing plan in place? How many of those did you answer yes, you have? And how many do you not? So I would highly recommend go take that assessment so you know exactly where you stand right now with your business. So once you find that out, then you can implement the important things you need to have with your business. And that is having monthly financial evaluation. So if you don't have somebody doing your books, you've got to. That's so essential. And then are you looking at your inventory? Or do you have the elegant rep come in and say, oh, we have such a great special today. Here, let me upload you with $10,000 worth of merchandise, yet you have a lot sitting already on the shelf, but because they told you it's such a good deal, you went and bought it, and here goes your product cost. Think about it. You have to control your inventory. You have to know exactly what your cash flow is like to make sure you're not overspending and you're staying within the budget. As a matter of fact, if you don't have these financial tools, they're all available on MedSpa Biz University. You know, the pricing calculator, the forecasting and budgeting, the performance-based compensation model. Those are all financial tools that are so essential to your financial health. And if you don't take care of your financial health, then you're going to fall apart and not be growing at the rate that you should be growing. So there are so many things to really pay attention to with financials. And then optimizing revenue with the pricing strategy, and then be able to improve everything with your expertise. So you're investing in your education and in your skills and your team skills. So those all are ways to beef up your revenue and have a healthier business. So I hope that you'll pay attention to that and make sure that you do it. We have a question?
Yeah, we've got some questions coming in. Jessica, when it comes to the profit and loss, I'm not sure what to look for. How do I know if my current business model is even profitable?
Okay, well, that's a great question. So the first thing you really should look at with your P&L statement is your bottom lines, the profits. So how much did you make from, by the time it's all said and done? We look at 4 financials in your financial statements, 4 ratios. One is your profit percentage. So if you're not making at least double digits, like 10 to 20% profit, then you're really, something is wrong. You need to go back and look at it. The other thing you need to look at is your product costs. So out of your gross revenue, how much did you end up spending for product costs? So what is that ratio? And then your compensation. How much did you pay everybody on the team, including yourself, from the gross revenue? So for each dollar that comes in, so much is going to go to product costs, so much is going to go to your operating expenses, so much is going to go to the team, and then the last thing is your profit. So those are your 4 financial ratios that you need to be looking at. And if they're not balanced, again, my team, when you reserve that business assessment review, my team will be able to tell you exactly what you need to do to increase profits and be able to have a healthier business. So how do you tell if your business is even profitable? It's exactly like what I just mentioned. So at the end of the month, if your profit margin is non-existing, obviously you need to take some action. So that would be a very important thing to look at.
Thank you, Dori.
Yeah, you're welcome. So let's move on to step number 2, which is all about innovation. How can you bring in new revenue streams? See, sometimes we get stuck, we get flat, and that's one thing we're working on right now. It's like, come on, we need to start innovating, coming up with new things. Like we just in the middle of launching a new MedSpa Biz University platform. So my entire team is working on that. We want to enhance your educational experience. So we went and decided, okay, we need to do something new and exciting. You know, again, in the pandemic, we ended up doing this studio so we can make your learning experience better. Who wants to look at a little, you know, Zoom little thing instead of having something like this instead? So what are you doing? What can you bring in right now to diversify your revenue and be able to bring in something new and exciting that fulfills your clients' needs? So let's think about this for a minute. So some of the main important things to really become essential is by having that membership model that we spoke about. I would love to know how many of you actually have a membership model right now. Go ahead and put it in the chat. And if you have a membership model, I would love to hear how many members you have. So we have members in our community that have 500 and 600 members. They're doing at least 6 figures a month just from their membership model. That's protection. Imagine generating 6 figures every single month just from your membership model. How will that change your life? Think about it. So if you don't have one now, you need to hurry up and go get one. So that would be that, we call that the copy system. Then you can expand your service menu. And these are some new things that you can do that most people don't do right now. And that's what you want to do. And that's what I mean by being essential. So for example, almost all of you probably have weight loss, right? So you have a weight loss. You're injecting people, you're giving them the product, the medicine to go inject themselves, and then you don't do anything else to help them. So as soon as they're off it, what happens is they blow back out. We don't want that. So how many of you would love to offer nutrition coaching? Like, that's a whole new revenue stream that you can bring on. You can team up with a nutritionist, and you could come up with an entire new program that nobody else does. Your competition is not doing that. Are we talking about a differentiation here? Huge differentiation. So if I'm looking for weight loss, I go to one medical spot that just gives me the medicine and I leave. And then here you are, where you can help me understand why I gain weight if I stop, help me understand how to eat, how to go grocery shopping, what to eat. Would that make a difference? Absolutely. And you can have a whole membership model just on that alone. Just on that alone. How about this? We have a new high achiever member, Jessica. She's in Colorado, and her medical spa is purely driven by acne. She did almost $2 million last year just from acne programs. She's done more retail than all of you put together. Her retail revenue alone last year was over $750,000 in just retail. From what? From an acne program. As a matter of fact, I'm going to introduce her to all of my community so all of you can bring in an acne program and be able to have great revenue stream just from that. Is that a point of differentiation? Absolutely. You know what your acne program right now is and what I see on menus? Half-hour acne facial. That's not going to cure acne. She has an entire program just for acne. And you can too. How about boosting retail sales? You have products sitting on the shelf collecting dust. It's like it's an afterthought. Retail should not be an afterthought, my friends. Retail should be part of what you do. It's part of the whole experience. You can literally generate thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just from home care products. And you're missing out on it. Why? Because you don't have the training tools to train your team on how to do it correctly. So you miss out on the revenue and you just accept it and you go on doing your thing. But it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way at all. All you need to do is implement a couple of systems that we have on MBU and you're all set. One is the success with guest consultation, so you can have more customized program. And the other one is the don't sell, recommend with pride system, so your team knows exactly how to upgrade treatments and how to recommend home care products. This is not rocket science. My team laughs when I say that all the time. They said the other day they want to buy some t-shirts saying this is not rocket science. Because if you have the blueprint on what to do, then all you have to do is take that blueprint and implement, and voila, success is within your reach. You can do this. You guys with me?
We're here.
All right. Any excitement?
Yes, we've got some questions coming in.
All right, I'll take one.
Okay. So Adam is wondering, I've tried marketing before, but it never worked. What can you do to help us?
Well, marketing is a whole other animal. On MedSpa Biz University, we have literally probably about 40 or 50 marketing modules that you can go and watch and learn the latest and the greatest marketing strategies. But one of the most important marketing strategy I can provide you is to hire your own internal marketing person. That's part of the business model that we teach. But when you hire an outside marketing company and you don't have somebody internally, you're not going to get the results that you can really get. So that would be my best advice. So between what we teach on MBU and what you can do with your own marketing person that we train for you, oh my gosh, you'll start seeing great results. So.
Another question from Jennifer. What KPIs should I be tracking to ensure that there is growth?
Oh, that's probably my favorite question. And it's really very important to know what KPIs to really measure, and that goes hand in hand by having a peak performing team. So I just want to go back here 1 second. So step number 3 is building a key performing team, and the only way you're going to have that peak performing team is by measuring, is by first training and then measuring. And the measuring is the overall performance and also the key performance indicators. So those are all key factors. As a matter of fact, in the peak performer modules that we do, we just completed 12 modules that your team can go and study and be able to really know what they need to be responsible for, how they can add value, and how they're going to be measured. So I think I have that in a slide here coming up. So let's go over first how to optimize those skills. So the first thing you need to do is provide your team with exactly what they need to be able to perform their position. So do you have SOPs? Do you have manuals for every single position, identifying exactly what they need to do? And that should be part of your onboarding, by the way, when you bring in someone brand new. Defining treatment protocols. This is to protect you. You want to make sure that all your treatments are outlined and that the team is following up every step of your protocols. Key factors right here. How about training them on sales? God forbid we may say that word. Training them on sales and how to retain clients is definitely key. Are you investing in their training? Because if you don't invest in their training, they're not going to get any better. I mean, think about it. You have sports teams, right? Think of how much money they dump in their training. Their coaching team, they have offensive coaching, defensive coaching, play coaching, watching video coaching, improving skills coaching. Could you imagine having a sports team and not have a coaching team to coach them so they can go and win championships? That will never happen. Yeah, we have a medical spa. We've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on lasers. Yet we don't want to invest $25,000 or $30,000 to train the team on how to sell those treatments. That just, like, I cannot wrap my head around that sometimes. It's like, what's wrong with you? Why would you do that? Why would you invest $1 million in opening up a place, or 500 or 2 million, and then not invest in training the team on how to get that return on your investment back? Because guess what? If you don't train them, you're not going to get it back. You're going to be a percentage of the people that fail in their business within the first 5 years. You don't want to do that. So that is so key. And then you've got to develop that whole successful educational culture in your place. And when you do that, then people are going to see their position as very valuable position. And that's really what we need to do. And again, if you don't do those things, you're not going to be where you need to be. And that's, I mean, why would you want to be average? I would not want to be average, not at all. So if you really want to boost and protect your business, then invest in your team so they can have their skills, so they can improve their performance, so you can beef up your profits and have that nice reserve of at least 3 to 6 months in the bank. So God forbid, no matter what happens, you are protected. It's huge. Huge, huge. Yes. So I guess I did not have a KPI in here, but some of the most important things to answer for you is you have to track how many reviews your team members are getting, how many referrals are they getting, how many testimonials are they getting, how many members are they enrolling, what is their retention rate. Those are all very valuable key performance indicators. What is their volume per guest? How much are they averaging on service treatment per guest? How much are they averaging in retail treatments for guests? As a matter of fact, both Lacey and Brooke just improved our KPI tracking for the entire team. And if you're a member with us today, you get that for free on your MBU platform. So you can track the entire team's performance on the board, in the team lounge, so you know exactly where you are on daily basis. But KPIs are some of the most important things that you really need to measure. And it goes beyond, it goes into the image. How do they look when they come to work? Are they wrinkled? Are they pressed? Are the nails done? Is their makeup on? I had somebody the other day, I was doing a private coaching session with one of my high achievers. She has a receptionist who's a little overweight. And, you know, I hate to say this, but this is actual fact. I can't make this up. She's like, towards the middle of the day, she starts getting body odor. I'm like, we're in a med spa. You offer beauty and image treatments. And here you are, you have a receptionist who's not really fitting that image. Now, I'm not against hiring people that are overweight. That's fine with me. But there are front of the house positions and there's a back of the house positions. So you have to really use your head and make sure that you're always portraying that great image. And because we are in the beauty and wellness industry, we can't not look the part. We really can't. So those are all very important things to really take care of and make sure that you are on the right track. So the little things, the KPIs can go way beyond just numbers. Way beyond. It can go into passion, work ethic, you know, teamwork, cross-marketing. I can go on and on and on with KPIs. Great question, by the way. Thank you.
Awesome. I have another question from Deb. It's going on about the team. So how do I train my team to sell more without sounding pushy? And I'm struggling to find and keep good employees.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, you know, it has nothing to do with being pushy, first of all. That's why the program that we have with the Pride system is called Don't Sell, Recommend. That's really, you have to change the whole mindset of the team about their professional obligation and how, by not recommending, they're really cheating their clients out of great products. And if they don't recommend, they're going to go to wherever, Walgreens and CVS and Walmart, and try to buy something that's not as good. And here you are, they just invested thousands of dollars with you to let them go and buy something that's not good for them. So it is a professional obligation in our eyes. So if you get your hands on the Pride system and the Don't Sell, Recommend, you'll see the process, you'll see the system, you'll see the forms that go with the system that makes it effortless. And that's what you want it to be. That's so fixable. That's one module. We can fix that with one module.
That low-hanging fruit.
That's right. Yeah, well, you can tell them how much your place. So Brooke used to run, in case you're new to our community, Brooke used to run a very successful medical spa that she took from doing hundreds of thousands to over 3 million in sales. And part of their success is retail. So they average about 75,000 a month in retail sales. That is huge. They have now almost 600 members. That is huge. So you want to make 3 million, you have to take that action. Yeah. And if you don't take the action, So you should definitely reserve an assessment with her and have her tell you exactly how she did it. She's incredible. She followed MedSpa Biz University. She's been a member with us for years and years, and she followed exactly to the T, and that's how she was able to add that value to her employer.
Definitely one of my favorite things to coach on is the Pride implementation, because it is so easy to make an impact on your bottom line quickly without even needing new clients by any means, just with your existing clients and your team members.
Yeah. So, great question. All right, step number 4 is risk management and compliance. So that's huge. And you really want to make sure that you protect yourself in all aspects of the business. So whether it's HR, whether it's legal experts, you really need to have your ducks in a row. You can't afford not to have those things in place, like your employee manuals, your employment agreements, your educational agreement, all the things that you invest in the team. You must have all those in writing. And then how about the OSHA and the HIPAA and all the things that you have to make sure with social media that you are actually in compliance with? How about the whole employment agreement, like I just mentioned, and then all the consent forms and all the consumer agreements that you need to have to protect you and protect your business. So those are all things that you really need to have in your toolbox. As a matter of fact, I just had Lingia Law on Meet the Experts. If you have not watched the Meet the Experts, you should go to YouTube, subscribe, and watch them. So I had Sharin, one of their legal experts, on Meet the Expert show, and actually we're doing a whole series with them. So be on the lookout so you can join us for future episodes with them. She's going to be coming back, and they are a great firm. We always recommend anybody that needs legal advice to them. Again, it's lingialaw.com. Tell them we sent you. We don't get anything for referring them, but I would like to let them know that we are helping them, and because they refer people to us all the time. So go watch it. She answered some amazing questions when I did the interview with her. So go check it out. All right, let's go to step number 5 here, and that is the actual growth plan that you need to have in place. So I'm going to give you an outline of it, but here's the good news. Because this is not a solution in one webinar. Like, I cannot help you protect your business and have a growth plan in 1 hour. I'm good, but I'm not that good. So you're going to need to stay with me so I can help guide you. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do 6 modules during our Brewing Brilliance webinars that we do monthly. Now, this is usually for members only. And as a Brewing Brilliance module, for the next 6 months, I'm going to give you that growth plan. So I'm actually revamping our agenda for the next 6, because we have to pivot again according to the times. We had other topics already picked out, but I'm going to put them away for future topics, and we're going to figure out how to truly protect your business and give you a plan to grow your business. So that's what we're going to do for the next 6 months. So here's the plan, the 6-part plan. The first one is how about being innovative and giving you as a CEO the power play of what you need to do to, again, protect and grow your business. So that's going to be module 1. Module 2 is going to be the foundation for success. What do you need to do right now, from where you are right now, that you can set some great solid foundation so your business can thrive? It's going to be amazing. Number 3 is going to be a revenue growth system. What can you do, again, right now to start growing your revenue more and more and more, those low-hanging fruits that we're talking about? What can you do with marketing and sales to become a magnet engine where it's on autopilot? Your marketing, your lead generation, your sales are all on autopilot, and you're able to really grow your business. And then that peak performance from your team is going to be huge. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do with your team in order to really get the most out of the relationship. And then we're going to wrap it up with the profit and prosperity strategies. As a matter of fact, we're doing an entire prosperity series with Global MedSpa Society. If you have not joined that yet, it's totally free. You should go and join it. It's globalmedspasociety.com. It's our private Facebook group. But this one here is all about the Brewing Brilliance series, and we're going to go module by module and arm you with what you need to truly position yourself as the experts, your team as a highly skilled team, and truly grow your business. Super excited about it. I know my team is very excited about it because it is all about positioning. And when you position your business for protection and growth, then nothing can knock you off kiltered. You're going to be as solid as can be. And that's what I want to help you do. I want you to have a solid business, just like we've helped so many of our members. I'm so proud of our most recent, look at her. Look at this girl. This is Miss Kimberly Fry. She owns a medical spa in Canada, and she just published her book. This is the book cover we did for her. So if you too want to become a published author, we have actually a seminar coming up. You can go to becomepublished.com and check it out. So that is also part of the whole business growth and protection that we're going to share with you, how important positioning is. So go check it out. It's amazing. All right, so the third section here is action steps. So what should you do next? Now that you've spent this time with me, what should you do next? I would advise you for the first thing to do is to go and take that assessment, that business assessment. So you can go to MedSpaBizU.com and take it. It's right there on the homepage. You can schedule the business assessment review with my team. This is, again, a value of $300. And then they can sit down with you and show you exactly which path would be best for you. I think that would be the best thing for you to really look into. And that way you have the right guidance that you need to make sure you're on the right path. So again, you can go to MedSpaBizUniversity.com and you'll be able to access, like after you do the review, they're going to tell you the things that you can receive down the road. So if you want access to the Brewing Brilliance, the Peak Performance, have 24/7 access to the website, to MBU, all that is possible. After your review, they can guide you as to what is best for you to do. So we look forward to helping you in any way you can. And all the little strategies I told you about today, these are all things, again, that are available on MBU. They can explain it to you, or they can take you on a tour and show you the possibilities, how success is truly within your reach if you follow the business model that we teach. So we would love to really help you out. There's no stopping you. You guys can do this, right? Absolutely, you can do this. I can take a couple more questions.
Yep. So we have Beth who just asked about the group to join. So I did just drop the link again for www.globalmedspasociety.com. And then we have Nicole who's asking, what is it to stop the trained sales team from taking the skills and going elsewhere?
Oh, that's a great question. So, because if you create a culture where they're happy, there'll be no reason for them to go somewhere else. So it's all part of, again, of what we teach, of having a performance-based compensation model, rewards, benefits, gifts, KPI bonuses. So if you structure the team properly, then they shouldn't want to go someplace else. Now, are all of them going to stay? Probably not. But imagine, again, back to sports, imagine the Yankees or the Chicago Bears or whoever. They don't want to coach their team because they're afraid that they're going to be recruited by another team. Would that ever happen? I don't think so. So part of being a leader is developing people. the best thing we can do is develop them to make a positive impact. If they stay with us, great. If they don't, c'est la vie. But train, you must train them. Great question.
Yeah.
I hope I drove that point home, though.
Yes. I think so.
Yeah.
So we do have another person saying, thank you, Dori, for all the good information. I love what you're saying. How can I get started with you today?
Take that assessment. Just go to MedSpaBizU.com and take the assessment and give your information to Brooke or Lacey and let them set up a meeting with you. Go ahead and reserve your time, and that way we can help you. So there are so many things that could really take you to where you want to go, which is the protection and the growth. Those to me are the most important things. Listen, I didn't have to do this webinar for you. I didn't have to change my next 6 brewing brilliance for you. I'm doing it because I realize what could be coming up. So we have to be prepared. Here are the facts. Again, it's not about being negative. It's just about being precautious and making sure that you are ready for no matter what happens. Let's face it, we are in a vanity business. We are not essential right now. Like, who needs Botox and fillers if we're in the middle of a crisis? So what can you do for your business right now to protect yourself? That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to help you. That's my positive impact and my team's positive impact to your life. You won't see too many other people talking about this. The reason I'm talking about it is because I watch Forbes and I listen and I read and I see what financial experts are saying. So we have to be ready for whatever may come.
Yep.
So anyway, so make sure you go to MedSpaBizU.com and receive your gifts there. Reach out, connect with us, and we're here to help you. That's really why we are here. So notice I didn't tell you any prices because I'm not here to try to sell you. I only want you to want the help if you really want it. So if you want it, great, reserve your appointment. If you don't, that's okay too. Let this just be a value to you and our contribution to the industry itself. So that's where we are.
Thank you, Dori.
You're welcome. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for being with us. This will be on YouTube if you want to go and watch it again. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for being with us. God bless. And until next time, stay inspired. Bye now.